For as long as I can remember, people have been up in arms when it comes to Star Wars, especially as of late. So I'm going to talk about why I love Star Wars. Welcome back everybody to my channel. My name is Hobo Joe. A very special video for you today, at least in my opinion. So if you like this video, like and subscribe. If you're part of the community, thank you. I'd also love if you guys who are not part of it, I'd love for you guys to join. But I'm fortunate enough to be born during the prequel era, and I got to see Revenge of the Sith in theaters. But only being around 2 or 3 at the time, my memory is vague or next to none. I only remember just one picture. I got to grow up watching the entire Star Wars saga, episodes 1 through 6, and just really falling in love with the franchise at the age of 13. Now I've been part of the problem. I've been part of the people who constantly are complaining about the state of Star Wars, and that's not entirely an issue, but at some point it gets a little too much. Going as far back as I can remember, I was doing it. I remember back in school, it was not cool to like the prequels back when I was growing up. Makes me feel like I'm old. It really picked up though after the Disney era, after the sequels and all that mess. I began to really just complain about the state of Star Wars and stuff. But this is not what this video is about. I wanted to talk about what's good and why I love Star Wars, and I think that can be summed up in one word, or at least one name: Anakin Skywalker. To me, he is Star Wars. What do you mean by he is Star Wars? Well, I'd like to go through his arc because it is integral to the point of Star Wars, because, like I said, it is Star Wars, and let me know what you guys think. But we get to see this starry-eyed boy wanting to explore the galaxy and getting swept up in this quest with this mythical Jedi, and then being told that he's the chosen one, he's going to be trained, and he's the most important Jedi ever. Now he's with this new master because his old master died, and he's getting pawned off to this younger and less experienced Jedi who doesn't know what he needs. Missing his mother, he gets swept up and taken to Coruscant, so far away from all that he's known. Now he only has a brother when Anakin needed a father. So in the background, Palpatine steps in to fill that void, being his support system. The only one who truly understands him, because the Jedi at that time and his whole entire life are either jealous of his power, scared of his power and potential, or tried to mold him into the correct Jedi when he was just too old to be put into that. Like, he was a square and they're trying to put him into a circle-shaped box, and that left him conflicted and isolated throughout most of his life. Then he grows, he develops, and not really in particular order, becomes a war hero. He falls in love, loses his mother, and then strives for more power. He becomes controlling, a bit possessive, arrogant, powerful, unstable, but kind, compassionate, and he has a deep love for the ones that are closest to him. But being told also by superiors one thing and then witnessing them do the opposite. Not really knowing what path to follow, but he tries even after all that he's lost, like his apprentice, and all that he's gone through. But then he starts having dreams or visions of his wife dying, and the emotions that were culminating throughout his life turned strongly into fear and selfishness. So he goes to Yoda for guidance. He gets told pretty much to suck it up, like people die, learn to live with it, but that's not what he needed. But Palpatine had a way to save his wife. So making a deal with the devil, Anakin takes it, and that's the point of no return at that point. And he kills his friends, the order that he's been involved with his entire life pretty much, loses his wife due to the choices that he made. Then, only wanting an unquenchable amount of power, he fights his brother, loses, blinded by his arrogance. Now, a state of constant suffering and just a raw hatred of himself, his mind killing off Anakin, now Vader, to cope with all the trauma that he has experienced, hunting and killing the remaining Jedi and any who cross his path, facing his friends, only this time it's not Anakin, it's Vader, a Sith who just wants the world to suffer as he suffered. Then finds out he has a son. But Sidious said that he killed his wife. Then how'd she... Anakin... There was a spark of hope in Anakin. and he tries to turn his son to the dark side. But Luke would rather die than join him, which really broke Vader in Episode 5. But Luke, seeing the good in his father, lays his life down for him, then boom. Anakin defeats Vader and Sidious, redeeming himself, saving Luke, and fulfilling the Chosen One prophecy. To me, that's what Star Wars is about. That's why I love Star Wars. That's why I've fallen in love with Star Wars. Episodes 1 through 6 are just my favorite pieces of cinema. I love the Clone Wars. I love Rebels. I love these stories that were told by George Lucas or Dave Filoni because they actually knew what they were doing. And no amount of any other garbage that will be put out will make me not love these characters for who they are. And I just like how Anakin's redeeming arc can be tied to Christianity, and that we've all done terrible things and we've all broken people, but through the grace of God, he laid his life down for us so that we could be with him for eternity. Jesus redeemed us just like Anakin redeemed himself through Luke's actions of laying down his life. So thank you guys for watching this little video about how I love Star Wars. Take care, and God bless.